If Eric Adams wants to play musical chairs on the deck of the SS Titanic, that's his business.
If I had to do it again, I would fight for New York again. And yet, despite all we've achieved, I cannot continue my re-election campaign.
So now that Eric Adams has dropped out of the mayoral race, the questions are, what will happen next? The mayor blamed his campaign's inability to raise funds, pointing at the city's campaign finance board for denying him nearly $4 million in matching public funds. Then the rumors, the whispers, and denials that the Trump administration was floating an ambassadorship or an agency position to their former NYPD captain if he bowed out.
The constant media speculation about my future and the campaign finance board's decision to withhold millions of dollars have undermined my ability to raise the funds needed for a serious campaign.
This summer, Mike Leventhal caught up with Mayor Adams while making the rounds in the Hamptons and insisted he would stay in the race and raise his social media game.
We're not going to ignore the fact that social media has a voice among our young people. This is so important what's going to happen in this race. Our entire city and country is going to be defined by it.
Mike has known and covered the mayor for over 25 years and saw a different look in his eyes, one of uncertainty and frustration. Adams sank in the polls, while Democratic candidate Zohran Mamdani and former Governor Andrew Cuomo remained consistent, while Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa vowed to stay in the race.
I'm not interested in anybody dropping out. I think that's ridiculous. This is a democracy. More candidates is good. I wish there were more debates. Then the people themselves would have more of an opportunity to choose the next mayor. Eric Adams, he's the reason that there's Zohran Mamdani to begin with. If he'd have done a halfway decent job, I think everybody realizes it would have been round 2 this year. It would have been the incumbent Democratic mayor, Eric Adams, versus the Republican Curtis Sliwa. He failed, Cuomo failed, and that's why we have Zohran Mamdani.
So the word is that President Trump will start to put heat on Curtis to drop out, something that Curtis told Mike he will not do.
Let the people decide who becomes the next mayor by allowing everybody to vote the choice of theirs, not the billionaires choosing or the politicians choosing, because that ain't happening.
Recently, Mike raised the same subject with Scott LoBaido, who has campaigned throughout the city for Curtis and truly believes in the Guardian Angel founder, and pleaded with President Trump to stay out of it.
Donald Trump, respectfully, you need to step away from this election and let us New Yorkers handle this. Curtis Sliwa is the next mayor of this city.
I've been ahead of Eric Adams the whole way. It's really about your favorables versus your unfavorables. Andrew Cuomo has high unfavorables. There are people who will never forgive him what he has done in the past. No cash bail, and responsible for all the deaths of the elderly people under his watch during the lockdown and pandemic. He needs to walk where I walk, in the subways, through the cars, and in the streets, where real people, blue-collar, working-class people are, because they're the voters who are going to determine who the next mayor is.
This morning's new poll indicates that Cuomo has the best chance of beating Mamdani in November's election in a 2-person race.
Zohran Mamdani, people seem to be positive about him, and they seem to be positive about me.
So with an historic low approval rating, Adams has now bowed out. Curtis is defiant to stay in, and there are just a few weeks left before New Yorkers go to the ballot boxes.